Have you ever felt a peculiar sense of familiarity? It's the feeling that you have been there before, that you have been there at that same moment, or that you have travelled that exact journey. You feel as though a whisper from within tells you that you have already gone through it. Do you not find that to be fascinating? What if I told you, though, that renowned author and psychotherapist Dolores sincerely believed these feelings were more than coincidences? What if they indicated that you had undergone several reincarnations? Through the teachings of Dolores we will delve into the concept of reincarnation in this intriguing film and examine the clues that suggest we may have lived more than one life. With this understanding, we may be able to alter the way we view the world and find a deeper, more fulfilling purpose for our lives. So let's explore this fascinating hypothesis and uncover the knowledge that may elevate our spirits. There are various clues that point to a connection to previous lifetimes that we can find throughout our lives. These indicators can show themselves in a variety of ways, and each person will experience them differently. Intense dreams or images that appear to be from a different time or location might happen to certain people. We may experience a strong sensation of resonance and connection as a result of these recollections from the past. Dolores suggests that the sensation of déjà vu could mean that we have had comparable experiences in past lives. It's possible that this unexplainable sense of familiarity stems from deeply ingrained memories or experiences. Hypnotic regression therapy, developed by Dolores is a highly effective approach for helping people explore and comprehend their former lives. People can access memories and experiences from previous lifetimes during hypnosis, which helps them to better comprehend their purpose and the lessons they are learning now. Not only may this therapy help us escape bad patterns rooted in our prior experiences, but it can also help us heal emotional scars and solve the puzzles of our past. Finding a clearer sense of direction and purpose in our current life might be facilitated by acknowledging and comprehending our prior lives. By doing this, we can break free from stiflingly bad habits, settle unsolved disputes, and learn undiscovered insights. Being aware of our spiritual past enables us to make decisions that are more in line with our development and evolution. Dolores claims that the idea of reincarnation is an intriguing investigation into the nature of the soul and its voyage through space and time. Pioneer of regressive hypnotherapy, challenges us to think of reincarnation as an essential step in a person's spiritual development. His view is that reincarnation is not an abstract idea, but an inherent reality. According to reincarnation indicates that the soul is everlasting and has many lifetimes, each with unique experiences, teachings, and objectives. Every life is a chapter in the large book of the soul, which is where wisdom, abilities, and information are accumulated through time. This approach offers us a very enlightening view of human existence and inspires us to consider our current lives as a component of a larger and more significant spiritual journey. In addition to the soul moving from one body to another during reincarnation, spiritual growth and evolution may also occur. We have fresh chances to grow, heal, and progress toward enlightenment in every existence. This idea pushes us to think beyond the boundaries of our daily existence and explore the idea that our relationships with other creatures and our experiences in the here and now might be impacted by past lifetimes. Knowing about reincarnation causes us to reflect on the significance and aim of our life experiences. It challenges us to consider how relationships and experiences from previous lifetimes may influence the decisions and deeds we do in this one. Considering the soul's eternal existence after death, this all-encompassing perspective on human life provides us with solace and optimism. The idea of reincarnation pushes us to embrace an attitude of accountability and forward motion. Understanding that our deeds affect numerous lives inspires us to cultivate self-forgiveness, empathy, and unwavering love for both ourselves and other people. Being aware of our ties to the past and future enables us to live more morally and purposefully in the here and now. We can see the soul's essence and its endless journey from a fascinating angle thanks to the concept of reincarnation. It pushes us to think outside the box and explore the idea that our lives are woven together into a cosmic web of knowledge and experiences. Upon accepting this all-encompassing perspective on life, we can discover solace, knowledge, and a profound sense of unity with both the cosmos and ourselves. Reincarnation is viewed by many different religious, philosophical, and spiritual traditions worldwide as a multiple-life spiritual growth journey. According to the theory of reincarnation, a soul or individual spiritual entity goes through a succession of bodily incarnations over time in a variety of circumstances and bodies. The person views this process as a chance for growth, development, and spiritual advancement. We see every life as a singular chance to grow, learn, and experience this adventure. The soul receives special teachings, opportunities, and difficulties from each life. The spiritual being's growth and maturity are influenced by the experiences that amass over the course of life. Reincarnation is also connected to the idea of karma. According to Dolores canon, karma is more than just a cosmic balance system. It is an embodiment of love, goodness, and justice. No matter how good or bad our deeds are, they are recorded by our karma and impact our experiences in the future. Instead of being punishing, this technique aims to teach and develop the soul. Through experiencing the results of our previous deeds, karma offers us the chance to gain important insights for our spiritual growth. This understanding inspires us to behave with compassion and kindness in all of our dealings. Understanding the impact of karma encourages us to own up to our choices and use compassion and kindness toward others and ourselves to build a better future. It emphasizes the value of fostering kindness and understanding along our journey and serves as a reminder of how intertwined everything is. Throughout this trip, the person may take on a range of roles, identities, and situations. It is said that these encounters aid the soul in growing in knowledge, compassion, and mature understanding, enabling it to progress on its spiritual journey. Reincarnation is a normal, ongoing process that is guided by the soul's need to develop, learn, and evolve. Though the idea differs depending on spiritual traditions, it always stems from the core belief that humans are spiritual beings who are always in search of realization and comprehension. Reincarnation indications are fascinating events that suggest the possibility of previous lifetimes and the continuity of the soul over time. Deep intuition, for instance, can show up as innate knowledge or a sense of familiarity with individuals or circumstances that defy rational explanation in the here and now. A person's subconscious may contain memories of past experiences that have influenced their intuition. One fascinating indication of how past incarnations impact the present is a distinct purpose in one's current life. This means that the person comes into this life with lessons, experiences, or goals from previous incarnations that they need to accomplish. An intense enthusiasm for particular pursuits, causes, or fields of interest can be a manifestation of this purpose, inspiring the person to pursue self-realization and meaningfully impact the world. A person with a strong sense of purpose in life uses it to direct their everyday actions and decisions. You can sense an internal power propelling you ahead, even during trying or stressful circumstances. With this commitment and zeal, the quest for significance and contribution in the here and now can mirror lessons gained from previous incarnations. When someone has a distinct life purpose, they are able to make choices that are consistent with their core beliefs and objectives. It may give rise to a sense of purpose or altruism, motivating the individual to seek out methods to improve their surroundings and community. The individual also feels in harmony with his genuine purpose and path in life, which might give rise to a feeling of contentment and inner satisfaction. It can provide inspiration and drive to achieve lofty objectives and aspirations with tenacity and commitment. Greater self-awareness and personal development might result from realizing and comprehending this purpose, as the person is dedicated to a journey of self-discovery and realization. The pursuit of living in accordance with one's greater purpose can serve as a strong foundation for long-term planning and decision-making. When a person has a distinct purpose in the present, it can be an indicator of the impact of previous lifetimes on the present and provide direction, guidance, and meaning for their spiritual journey. It is an expression of the soul's eternal nature and the deep want to develop, become aware of, and make a contribution to the present. Another intriguing phenomena that may indicate the impact of traumatic events from past lives is unexplained phobias. An inexplicable fear of water, for instance, can be a sign of a drowning death from a past life that left a deep mark on the spirit. These intense phobias may endure multiple incarnations. Even in situations when there is no genuine threat, a person suffering from an inexplicable phobia may feel extreme anxiety or panic. This response may be brought on by recollections of painful past events that have been subconsciously carried through our life. Examining and resolving traumas and deep-seated concerns arising from former life experiences can be accomplished through past life regression treatment. Through subconscious access, this therapy can assist in determining the root causes of unexplained phobias and help the patient overcome them. Furthermore, acknowledging inexplicable anxieties as remnants of prior events prompts us to provide empathy and understanding to those who are facing these challenges. By realizing that anxieties might have deeper roots in the psyche, we can better support and understand others who are dealing with these difficulties. Conversely, soul connections are profound, significant bonds that defy logic and, for certain individuals, materialize as intensely felt and spiritually connected relationships. Beyond reason, there may be a sensation of familiarity created by these profound, impromptu relationships. A profound resonance and mutual understanding can be felt when two people have a soul connection. It's as though they have known and loved one another for all of their lives. Relationships that are romantic, deep friendships, familial, or even just memorable chance meetings can all show signs of this connection. These links might suggest that souls have come together to continue their journey together during this existence. They may form with the intention of assisting one another in achieving a certain goal, learning priceless lessons, or completing a cooperative mission. When two connected souls come together, they frequently feel a deep and immediate sense of recognition, as though they had known each other for a very long time. A deeper sense of being perceives this connection intensely, even though it may seem illogical from a rational perspective. Soul connections can provide unwavering love, reciprocal support, and spiritual development for both sides. They can provide a profound sense of happiness and contentment in life, as well as a sense of purpose and belonging. Honoring and nurturing these connections is crucial because they can lead to possibilities for meaningful growth and a deeper understanding of the universe and yourself. Acknowledging and appreciating these relationships enables us to become receptive to life-changing and enriching experiences that direct us on our spiritual path. Comparably, people with natural talents are born with innate abilities that can show themselves at a young age. These capabilities are sometimes attributed to experiences from the past. A curious youngster who plays an instrument very well, for instance, might have acquired these abilities from an earlier experience as a professional musician. This link to past lives could help to explain why some people possess extraordinary aptitude from a young age, even in fields where they have never received official training. Natural abilities can show up in a multitude of domains, including communication, science, the arts, and sports. They can also offer insights into the soul's past and past experiences. These abilities must be identified and developed, since they may be a manifestation of a person's mission and passion in this life. Through honing these skills and significantly improving the world, the person can have a deeper feeling of self-realization. Another symptom of reincarnation is recurring dreams, which raises the intriguing possibility that memories from previous lifetimes have an impact on current ones. These recurring dreams may contain elements that seem weird or out of place in the dreamer's present life, indicating a connection to prior events. The person may vividly see locations, situations, or events in these dreams that defy explanation in their wakeful state. These dreams have the power to evoke strong, inexplicable emotions or sensations of familiarity. The person can learn crucial information about their identity or experiences from a previous life that have had a profound impact on their soul by analyzing recurrent dreams. These dreams can provide a glimpse into the past and a more profound comprehension of the person's present existence and the difficulties it faces. An individual can discover healing and insight by delving into and comprehending these dreams. Recurring dreams can teach us important lessons that we should be open to receiving, since they can be quite beneficial for our own personal development and change. Another indication of reincarnation that points to the impact of previous lifetimes on the present is a strong sense of empathy for other people. This capacity to profoundly comprehend and relate to the feelings and experiences of others may indicate that the individual has had a rich past life. Due to their extensive past rebirth experiences, the person becomes increasingly sensitive to and cognizant of the challenges and victories faced by others. Some indicators of empathy include a strong desire to lend a hand and support people in their hour of need, as well as the capacity to offer consolation and understanding in trying circumstances. Through genuine empathy towards the experiences of others, a person can establish more profound and significant connections that surpass temporal and spatial boundaries. Furthermore, empathy has the power to increase compassion and generosity, motivating the individual to make a good difference in the lives of others and the world at large. This empathy may be a strong force for good in the world and a manifestation of a person's spiritual mission in this life. Thus, it is vital to value and foster it. However, the yearning to return home might also be accompanied by feelings of nostalgia or a sense of belonging that are inexplicable in this life. This wish could mean that the individual wants to go back to their spiritual home from a past life that they had in a different era or location. It could seem as though they're looking for a connection or sense of fulfillment that only that place or activity can offer. Establishing a connection with historical cultures or eras might also reveal profound ties to previous lifetimes. Among other cultures, you might find yourself drawn to those of ancient Egypt, Rome, and classical Greece. This could indicate a spiritual or emotional bond with those historical cultures. An intense interest in a specific civilization's history, culture, architecture, or customs may be the source of this attraction. At this time, the individual may feel a sense of kinship and familiarity with aspects of that culture, almost as if he had previously lived among his people. An affinity can be strong when someone resonates strongly with locations, objects, or stories associated with that specific culture. Through exploring and understanding this affinity for prior civilizations or eras, as well as issues and lessons that have made a lasting impression on their soul, the individual can uncover significant hints about their past experiences and history. A person's connection to past lifetimes can offer a chance for deeper spiritual development and self-awareness as they investigate and respect these ties. Allowing yourself to investigate these affinities with an inquiring and open mind is essential because, over time, they can offer a wealth of inspiration and insight into a person's spiritual development. Another amazing occurrence that could make us think about how our current existence is impacted by former lives. These marks can take many different forms, ranging from visible physical traces to distinctive skin patterns that signify ties to prior experiences. Some persons have physical malformations, burns or scars from birth that appear to be a reflection of past injuries. These markings could be on areas of the body that are not frequently injured by accidents in daily life, which raises the possibility of a link to traumatic experiences in the past. The idea that the birthmark has something to do with the person's prior life is supported by the strong memories or feelings that may accompany the incidents that led to the marks. Although science still has a conclusive explanation for this phenomena, many people who have encountered birthmarks linked to prior traumas take solace in the belief that these marks are concrete proof of the soul's continuance through countless reincarnations. By acknowledging and accepting these markings as a part of their spiritual past, these people can find acceptance and serenity in their individual journeys. I'm going to share with you a very profound experience from my life of regression to former lives to help you understand a little bit more about reincarnation. One calm Sunday afternoon, I made the decision to investigate a regression experience of past incarnations in order to get answers to some problems that had been bothering me for years. I mentally readied myself and descended into a profound level of calm, ready for whatever that might come my way. As the regression process went on, I found myself in a location and time that were entirely unlike the current one. I was able to visualize myself as a young carpenter in the 17th century, working in a carpentry workshop in a little rural village in England. In this previous existence, I felt content and at ease while using my hands to craft stunning wooden objects that would be treasured for many years to come. I was surrounded by the beauty and simplicity of that era's existence, sharing stories around the fireplace at night with my family and neighbours. But as the regression experience went on, I started to recall something that had been deeply ingrained in my memory. I was reminded of a terrible fear that destroyed everything I knew and held dear in the community. When I witnessed the homes and workshops that had served as our community's hub burn, I was overcome with a sense of loss and hopelessness. In the midst of the pandemonium caused by the fire, I saw myself frantically trying to save my neighbours and family, even at the danger of my own life. I could feel the intense pain from my burns and the searing heat of the flames as I fought to keep us safe. After emerging from the regression experience, I became aware of the profound emotional scar this tragic event had left on my spirit. I came to appreciate life's fragility and the significance of cherishing each minute we had together. This experience of regressing to prior lifetimes served as a reminder to me that all of our experiences, whether from this life or a previous one, shape who we are today, and that our lives are interconnected in ways that we frequently cannot comprehend. I came away from it feeling even more appreciative of life and the moments we get to spend with the people we care about. Understanding the indications of reincarnation is essential to our spiritual and self-discovery journeys because it helps us make sense of who we are and why we are here. These indications, which can include intense intuition, soul connections, and innate abilities, aid in our understanding of our actual selves and life's purpose. By being aware of these signals, we can discover more about the world and ourselves. According to Dolores Cannon's research, regression therapy, and the investigation of former incarnations both heavily rely on the subconscious mind. It is said that the subconscious mind serves as a portal to the vast amount of wisdom and knowledge we have collected over the course of our numerous reincarnations. According to Cannon, all of the knowledge and experiences we have gathered during our lives are stored in the subconscious. Using hypnosis and regression techniques, Cannon helped his clients examine and comprehend the issues and patterns in their present lives by gaining access to their subconscious minds. When it comes to resolving emotional blockages, unexplained phobias, and prior traumas that may be affecting an individual's physical and mental health, the subconscious mind is an invaluable resource. By tapping into their subconscious, Cannon thought he might help his clients recall and comprehend traumatic or significant experiences from former incarnations that continue to impact their current lives. By releasing him from the constraints of the past and enabling him to realize his full potential, this profound insight aids in the person's spiritual development and healing. Furthermore, Cannon believed that the subconscious was a limitless source of knowledge and inner guidance. Through connection with the subconscious, their clients could find answers to profound questions about life and the universe, as well as direction on critical life difficulties and their purpose. Dolores Cannon departs from the accepted psychological definition of the subconscious mind to offer a distinctive viewpoint on the idea. She views the subconscious as more than just a storehouse of ideas and recollections. He sees it as a higher awareness that watches over the body and has independent control over its internal processes. It draws an analogy between it and an advanced recording device that can process and save information only after it has been received. Instead of being kept in the person's personal memory banks, this information is filtered and processed before being stored in the subconscious memory banks. Dolores Cannon provides a distinct meaning for the idea of the subconscious mind that deviates from psychology's accepted definition. She views the subconscious as a higher consciousness that oversees and regulates the body's processes in a fundamental way, rather than merely a storehouse of ideas and memories. It likens it to an advanced recording device that gathers and processes all incoming data before forwarding it to the relevant party. Cannon's viewpoint differs from others in that it acknowledges the subconscious's active involvement in an individual's life, in addition to its passive recording of information. He keeps a record of everything that happens, past and present, and stores this condensed information in his memory banks. The subconscious does not distinguish between past and present lives because it lacks a clear sense of time, which is one of its most fascinating characteristics. This inability to distinguish can lead to psychological and physical issues, since the subconscious keeps acting as though the bad things that happened in previous lifetimes are currently happening, shielding the person from harm. Dolores Cannon uses the example of a guy who underwent regression to demonstrate this idea. The man disclosed that his father in this life had been his brother in a previous one. Both brothers participated in World War I during this previous existence. The brother who would go on to become a parent died in the conflict, while the other brother lived. The latter was deeply ashamed of himself for having talked his dead brother into enlisting in the army. The dead brother, now the client's father in this life, returned from the dead with a great deal of resentment and a desire for vengeance against his brother, who is now his son in the previous life. She unintentionally brought this emotional weight and her need for vengeance into her current life, which showed up as violent conduct toward her child. Furthermore, the son, who is currently the regression client, had persistent back pain. According to Cannon, the client was using this suffering as a physical representation of the emotional load from the previous life, which he was carrying over into the current life as a result of his brother's passing. The subconscious mind's inherent capacity to ascertain the goals of the hypnotizer and the client throughout the session is another significant feature that makes it an essential factor to take into account in the procedure. Dolores Cannon refrains from placing rules or commands on the subconscious mind once the aware mind has been stilled. Rather, he depended on his skill to direct the session in a way that would yield any information that would be beneficial to the person's life. For hypnotic therapy to be effective, the subconscious mind must also grant permission to confront and resolve the issues that have emerged, as well as pledge not to injure the body anymore. Understanding the subconscious mind's effect and existence is crucial. The therapist's job was to provide her instructions that were applicable to her day-to-day activities and to convince her that the overprotective measures she had been providing were no longer essential. Emotional traces from previous lifetimes that impact the person's present and future lifetimes can be eliminated in this way. For all of these and the previously described reasons, Dolores Cannon highlights in her writings the significance of connecting with the subconscious during hypnotic sessions. We investigate the theory put forth by Dolores Cannon that all souls originate from the source. a cosmic being that serves as the universe's matrix for all creation. The source, as opposed to the anthropomorphic representation of God, is thought to be the primal energy from which everything emanates. The purpose of soul creation was to allow the Creator to have a closer relationship with their creation. Inspired by bravery and wonder, a few souls made the decision to break away from communion with the Source in order to investigate the diversity of life in other parts of the universe. The ultimate objective is to return with all of your knowledge gained from your cosmic travels to the pure essence of the Source. The Earth distinguishes out as a challenging location for soul reincarnation because of its complexity and difficulties. Here, souls must overcome hardships and hindrances like violence and conflict that are uncommon in most other planets. For this reason, people who choose to take on human form are held in great regard in the spiritual world. Among the many challenges that exist for creatures on Earth are forgetting the soul's origin and exercising free will. One of the limitations that keeps people from remembering their connection to the Source during their earthly existence is forgetting the soul's origin, which leads to bewilderment and spiritual searching. Conversely, everyone has the capacity for free will, which allows them to control their own choices and fate. This can lead to a range of experiences and lessons learned throughout life. A basic conundrum emerges when one considers how souls forget their origin. Souls incarnated on Earth lack consciousness of their divine mission and origin, yet many souls in other realms maintain a clear understanding of it. Earth has entered into a cosmic experiment that includes this purposeful omission. The human spirit is like a tourist who has forgotten where he was going and where he was going to end up. The goal of this loss of consciousness is to help the individual learn lessons from life and advance spiritually. By overcoming difficulties and barriers without losing sight of its connection to the Source, the human soul has the chance to expand its awareness and spiritual growth. The uncertainty and mystery surrounding the soul's journey are increased when the genesis of the soul on Earth is lost from conscious remembrance, hence intensifying the human experience. Throughout his earthly life, this forgetting pushes the person to investigate, uncover, and comprehend his actual nature and purpose. As a result, the soul's journey on Earth is one of discovery and rediscovery, during which each challenge, choice, and encounter advances the soul's spiritual development. Even though initial amnesia occurs, the human soul has the potential to gain a deeper understanding of itself and its connection to the Source at the end of its worldly journey. What Dolores Cannon refers to as the fundamental rule of free will is based on the idea that there are beings in the universe whose role it is to take care of and evolve the planets. A portion of the terrestrial experiment suggests that these entities chose to let the planet's occupants grow on their own, without direct guidance or support from the celestial guardians. Throughout their existence on Earth, humans have the chance to develop, learn, and progress independently of the direct influence of higher entities. Individual learning and the formation of free will depend on this autonomy. But once the soul departs from the body and goes into the spiritual realm, it is typical to have support and direction from more evolved entities who live there. These entities possess the ability to aid and mentor the person on their spiritual journey towards advancement and enhanced comprehension. This type of spiritual support, according to Canon, is prohibited while we are reincarnating on Earth. This restriction stems from the fact that, in order for humans to truly and meaningfully grow throughout their earthly existence, they must learn to be autonomous and make decisions free from other influences. Life on Earth comes with special obstacles because of the soul's amnesia and the limitations of heavenly intervention. Why, therefore, would a soul decide to reincarnate here in spite of all these challenges? What do you hope to get out of this encounter? According to Dolores Cannon, there are several opportunities for the soul's growth and spiritual evolution during one's time on Earth. The Earth has a special beauty and diversity despite the fact that it may also be a place of pain and strife. Earth was intended to be the most exquisite planet in the cosmos, full of a multitude of sensory experiences, both emotional and physical, offering a depth of knowledge and development unmatched by any other. Although there may be more fulfilling feelings and experiences in other realities, the richness and diversity of earthly life give ideal conditions for the soul's development. Even the most trying circumstances, like being born with a physical disability, offer remarkable chances for quick spiritual development. These bodily trials can impart swift and profound lessons that enable the soul to advance significantly on its developmental journey. There are two main reasons why earthly experiences draw souls. His vision is that forgetting the link to the source presents a special opportunity for spiritual advancement, even though it can appear to be a hindrance. The veil of forgetting prevents us from knowing the enlightening wisdom that comes from remembering the origin and re-establishing a connection with the source once a certain level of evolution has been reached.